Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about the top muscle gaining mistakes, okay? So unfortunately, the majority of people I see in the gym, when I talk to them, the majority of these people are making these fundamental mistakes, and they must be in place for you to build muscle. So first of all, very simply, a caloric surplus. This must be in place for you to build muscle. You must be consuming more calories than you're expending. So how do you know whether you're on a surplus or not? Easiest method to use would be to just track your food intake for a week, measure your body weight change. If it stays the same, you need to be adding more food on top of this. So as a general rule, once protein's been set, it's going to be the carbohydrates and fats that are going to come up. Mainly I'd suggest focusing on building your carbohydrate consumption. The main reason being this can help with performance in the sense of adding more load to all of your exercises. Therefore this is going to help you build more muscle. Second thing, insufficient protein. It still doesn't happen very often when clients come to me and I look at their current nutrition intake. By default I'd say 89% people are consuming insufficient protein. This is absolutely paramount for hypertrophy and muscle protein synthesis. So some ballpark figures, like I've suggested on various other videos, anywhere between 2 to 3 grams per kilogram of body weight. So as I mentioned on a few of my previous videos, there will be some outliers to this. Anyone who's particularly overweight, so anyone in around 20% body fat and above for males and 30% and above for females, if you're in this category, I'd suggest focusing on your goal body weight. Therefore your protein requirements will be set for this, whereas obviously if you weigh a considerable amount, your protein, if you did 2 to 3 grams per kilogram of body weight, it's going to be way too high. So that's just an extra consideration there. But make sure you're getting sufficient protein. As a general rule for hypertrophy, you're going to be on the lower end, so closer to 2.5 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. And if you're in a fat loss phase, you're going to be on the higher end, so anywhere between 2.5 up to 3 and maybe even beyond that. So once the nutrition is in place, you're consuming sufficient calories, sufficient protein, the next thing is training. So by far this is where the majority of people will completely mess us up. One thing they do is they seem to focus on the isolation movements rather than the big compound lifts. They focus on the minor details that don't really make too much difference, like tempo, the squeeze, the pump. All of these factors that are irrelevant unless there's progressive tension overload in an individual's routine. And this comes from trying to focus the majority of your time on the big compound lifts, so squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, and variations of these movements. By focusing on adding load to the bar as frequently as possible, adding more volumes, this is going to give you your best chance of having success. Added to this, you really want to focus on hitting each muscle group multiple times per week. This is far more optimal for a natural trainee. If you look at a lot of the drug-assisted trainees, they're all doing these single body part split routines. This is fine for this individual because they're enhanced, they're taking anabolic steroids. If you're a natural trainee, you have to train more differently. That's not to say that you can make progress on hitting everything once per week, but it's going to be more optimal hitting each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week. You're obviously going to have to manipulate the volume to be able to do that. Another important consideration is patience. The more advanced you get, the more difficult it becomes to add muscle. As a beginner, you're going to find it much easier. However, you really do need to be patient if you're going to stay natural. Finally, volume, okay. So volume is essentially sets times reps times load. So you really want to focus on increasing your session total volume. This session total volume should be going up over a chronic period of time. So that therefore means focusing on gaining strength, getting stronger on all the big compound lifts. Also adding more sets as well could be a good way to increase volume. And you want to take advantage of all of the rep ranges. So all the rep ranges have their place, the low reps as well as the moderate to higher repetitions, okay? So focus on progressing within all of these rep ranges in a periodized manner, and that's going to give you the best chance of success, okay? So I hope you found this useful. Hopefully you can pick apart a few of these examples you're not implementing now and you can implement them immediately. But I promise you, focus on that sufficient protein, caloric surplus, focusing on progressing your big compound lifts, hitting each muscle group multiple times per week. and being patient, you're going to be set up for success, okay? So I hope you found this useful. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a good day. Thank you very much.